Uh, Two important techniques for electric guitar are octaves and unison bends. So for octaves, we could start on the 5th fret, the 6th string 5th fret, an A note, and the octave will be on the 4th string at the 7th fret. And I'm using my little finger for that. You could use your ring finger too, but the important thing is to mute the 5th string. So you can hit the bottom 3 strings, strings 6, 5, and 4, but you're only really getting sound out of strings 6 and 4. So it's important to know the notes on the fingerboard so you can know what the octave is, but just generally, just seeing the positions. So on strings 6 and 4 and 5 and 3, these are the positions for the octaves. But when you go to strings 4 and 2, you have to go up. So for the first 2 positions I showed on 6 and 4 and 5 and 3, we're going up 2 frets from the root note. So the root note is the low note, and then the octave is 2 strings over and 2 frets up. But then when you go to string 4, you have to go 3 frets up. 1, 2, 3. This is used a lot in heavy songs. I've got a little distortion dialed into my Boss Katana amp. It's also important to mute the other strings you're not playing, like strings 1, 2, and 3 if you're playing on the lower strings. When you get into the higher strings, you just have to make sure you don't hit the low strings. So and just to slow it down a little bit. I'm purposely just hitting the 4th string and then through the 3rd string to the 2nd string, 3 frets up. Helps to know the fingerboard too, so A, B, C, D, E. So this is a good way to learn the fingerboard too. So if you figure this is A, B, C, D, then the A is on 5, B is on 7, C is on 8, and D is on 10. And then your octave is 2 frets up. So then if you go to this octave, then this A note becomes the octave. So if you do A, B, C, D, E, and then A, B, C, D, E, pretty cool sound. And it's used a lot in heavy music and different other kind of music, but it's definitely not for, not a lot of acoustic players do this. The other thing I want to mention is unison bends, and that's when you just match up 2 notes. So the further up the neck you go, it's easier to do. Like to do it back, say at the 5th fret, and to bend, so say you're at the E note at the 2nd string, 5th fret, what you have to do is bend the 3rd string from the 7th fret up to the 9th fret. So you have to go a little harder, depending on the gauge strings you have too. But as you go up, it gets a little easier. And what I do is I use my ring finger to bend, and then I put my middle finger behind the ring finger to push the string. Not really great. There we go. And you have to be careful not to bend the string on the second string. Or the note on the second string, rather. You're trying to get those pitches to match up. As you go up the neck, it's easier to do. Like say if you started at the 12th fret, second string, and say we go over to the first string, so when I'm bending on the third string, I'm going 2 frets up. But when I go over to the first string, I go 3 frets up. Get that screamy sound. So that's another important technique. And one other thing I want to just change my amp a little bit here. Trying to get a little cleaner sound. With the octave thing and the octave thing. Also used a lot in funk music, disco music, especially the higher octaves. That's not the perfect clean sound, but it's cleaner than the sound I had before. And you know, a lot of times they'll use phasing, flanging, different pedals to go along with that. But it's the sound you hear in you know, some dance music sometimes, especially 70s stuff, you know. Okay, I hope this helps.